Ladies and gentlemen, this has the moment that many of you have been asking for many years. You have begged me on your hands and knees for me to finally sell my discounted cash flow tool that can be useful as a stock screener. I am a certified public accountant, and I have a very strong understanding of the time value of money and how to create a discounted cash flow calculator. And if you would love to purchase for a one-time fee to never be charged again, if you would love, and I hope you do, if you would love to purchase this tool, you can send me a little bit of money, upfront fee, and I will send this tool for you to use into perpetuity. Now, before we demonstrate the tool, I want to remind you, this is not financial advice. This tool is not the only tool you should use to make investment decisions. You should consult a licensed financial advisor before you make any investment decisions. If you lose money, it is your fault and only your fault. So, let's go ahead and do a demo of this awesome discounted cash flow calculator, which you can use to project net income and free cash flow for whatever business you want. You can slap a PE on it, and you can determine a price to pay for that stock, assuming all the inputs are correct. Once again, this is a tool. You cannot use this tool to buy a stock. It is a very blunt instrument that gives you a one-shot of a stock's current valuation. If you buy a stock simply by using this, you are a little bit special, but it is a very cool, convenient tool to screen through stocks and see if they're egregiously valued. And it can be yours, okay? And who wants to pay a subscription? Who wants to pay a subscription? You literally send me a fee. One-time fee. And I send you the tool and it's yours forever. And if you have trouble with it, if you screw it up, you can actually pay me to sit down with you and show you how to use it. If you break the tool and you purchase it the first time, you will get a new tool from me, but there will be a $10 fee for having to go through the hassle of resending you the tool. So be very careful not to play with the formulas. We're going to go through a demonstration of the tool now, and you're going to send me money, and you're going to use this, and you're going to make 10,000x on your investments. That's a joke, of course. The tool is called 10,000x Equities. And I chose that name because it's very sensational, it's very attractive, and it will induce you to buy it because it says 10,000x in the title. Very exciting stuff. So let's go ahead and check out this tool, okay? So let me make sure we're sharing. I'm always paranoid about that. Okay, we're sharing. This is the document that you will receive when you purchase this, okay? On the left, we have inputs for revenue growth rate, net income or profit margin of your specific business, free cash flow margin, the price to earnings ratio that you think the company will be trading at when you sell it, the price to free cash flow you think the company will be trading at when you sell it, the discount rate, which is your desired rate of return, and the shares outstanding, how you think those shares outstanding will change. That's all the stuff on the left. The stuff on the right is the time period of the DCF. Okay, you can go from 1 year to 20 years. 1 year to 20 years. It is a maximum of 20 years. So if you want to project your company is going to grow revenue by 5,000% per year for 20 years, you would put 20 in this box. Then we have the trailing 12-month revenue. So there's a little bit of inputs that you have to do, and you have to be very careful on this step, okay? Because you have to put in the right numbers. You put in the wrong numbers, you're cooked, okay? The trailing 12-month revenue is the last 12 months of revenue of the company. So you need to actually go use a resource and find it, and we're going to do that momentarily. And then last but not least, you're going to input the total current shares outstanding. All the tan cells need to be filled out. All the tan cells need to be filled out. Do not touch any cells that have formulas in it. Do not touch or mess with the cells that have formulas in it. Now, I've also conveniently left you instructions here, okay? And if you can't follow these, you can actually book time with me and I can walk you through how to use it personally. But you will pay me my consulting fee from my time, okay? Here's all the instructions. The key thing is, do not touch anything that is not in tan. So, how would you use this tool? Well, there's only two things that you have to look up yourself, okay? And it's actually better, in my opinion, to look this stuff up because you can get the most up-to-date data possible. The only things you have to look up are the trailing 12-month revenue, the last 4 quarters of the company, how much gross revenue they received. That's on the top of the income statement. And you got to make sure that you put in the correct amount of revenue. So if it's presented in thousands, you need to actually put in the full number. So if they have 20 billion of revenue, you need to actually put in 20 billion in that box. And then you need to look up yourself the current shares outstanding and put in the full amount of shares. So if there's 2 billion shares, you will type 2 billion into this box. You following me so far? That's the only two things you got to look up. Everything else, you can put in whatever freaking numbers you want. Okay? And it's a little screening tool. It may look familiar to something else you've seen, but a discounted cash flow is a discounted cash flow. Okay? There's no copyright on discounted cash flows. So let's go ahead and do a demonstration. So the company, we're going to do Meta, the big large cap tech company that everybody owns in their VT ETF. Time period of the DCF, we're going to do a 5-year analysis. 5 years. So I put a 5 in the box. Trailing 12-month revenue. Where do I look this up? Well, the best place to go is stockanalysis.com. Okay. So I pulled up Meta Platforms on stockanalysis.com. Right here, I click on financials and then I click on income. And then I click annual. And then I see TTM, trailing 12 months. That's the revenue. The revenue's at the top of the income statement. I see 170,360. That's obviously not accurate because that's in millions of USD. So I'm going to take this number, 170,360, and I'm going to plug it in. 170,360. Make sure I put that in correctly. Yep, 360. And then we're going to add zeros. So we now have 170 billion of trailing revenue for Meta, which seems about right? And you always want to double check. So we have 170 billion of revenue. We go back and we see, okay, this is in millions. So you add 6 zeros, and we added 6 zeros. That's the first part, revenue. Then you go down and you look at current shares outstanding. So the shares outstanding basic for Meta are 2.53 billion. Okay. And you can actually, you want to verify that you're getting the correct amount of shares. Otherwise you're cooked. And I verified it here on macro trends. So Meta's 2024 shares outstanding were 2.61 billion. And then I look on stock analysis and it says 2.53 billion. So they probably bought a little bit back in the most recent quarter. Makes sense, right? So it's 2.53 billion. So I go back to my tool, 2530 000 000. Boom. I got 2.53 billion. Now we come over and we put in our projections. So for the next 5 years, I'm going to say Meta is going to grow their revenue at 10%. They're going to have a net profit margin of 35, because why not? They're going to have a free cash flow margin of 35%. These are all percentages. All you got to do is type in the number. The PE of Meta at sale, we'll just say it's going to be 20. And the price of free cash flow at the sale is going to be 20. This is the price of free cash flow and the price earnings ratio when you sell it in 5 years. The discount rate is your desired rate of return. So I want, if all these inputs magically happen, which probably won't, let's say I want a 15% return, and I think they're going to buy back shares at 0.5% per year. So be careful because I put in -50. Let's see, make sure I do this right. Don't want that. There we go. So I think they're going to buy back 0.5% of shares. So make sure you're checking the numbers. Okay. Obviously, they're not buying back 50% of the shares. And oh my God, look, I get a buy point based on the net income analysis, and I get a buy point based on the free cash flow analysis, and then I have an average here. So theoretically, if this was a simple cash flow calculation, you project out the revenue, you calculate the profit, you discount it at your required rate of return, you would get these theoretical buy points. So it's a screening tool is all it is. Is this going to happen? Probably not. Do I know what's going to happen? No, I don't. But you can quickly plug and play with numbers as much as you want and see the potential that Meta has and where you would potentially buy the stock at. For the last time, this does not guarantee success because there's more to investing and more to businesses than simply punching in numbers, okay? Meta could experience a catastrophic disaster next year. Something could radically change in the business. And guess what? This goes out the window. This is simply a tool to play with. Now, how much is this going to cost, Strong Man? Because other people, they charge subscriptions and got to pay money and it's annoying. Well, if we go look at Long Dong, because I'm such a Chad here, okay? So when you click on the link, when you purchase this, which you will, you're going to see this, DCF Tool for Purchase. First thing you're going to do is read and understand the legal disclaimer. You will read this in its entirety. I'm not going to read it right now. There's a link on Dropbox. You will read every single detail of this. When you purchase this, you are acknowledging that you have read this. If you do not read this, you're not getting the tool, okay? You will read the legal disclaimer. Very important. After you read that, you will send me $30 to either PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. $30. That's it. One off. One time. Done. It's yours forever. You put DCF in the transaction description and your email address, just so I can make sure I'm tracking the correct people. You will then email me after you have paid me and read the legal disclaimer. You will email me at christopher.a.bell18@gmail.com saying you have paid along with the name of your account you used to pay. Chris, I paid for the tool. I paid you on Venmo under the name Big Clown 5000. I go look in Venmo. I see Big Clown 5000. Pay me $30. Good. We're squared up. I will then send you a copy via Dropbox. I will directly send it to you, and it's yours to download. Okay? If you need help with the tool, you can book a paid consultation. There's a link here. I will actually be there in digital form over Google Meet, and I'll walk you through it. 15 minutes minimum. Okay? At a minimum, if you want me to help you, you're going to pay me $18.75. My rate is $75 an hour. Now, the last time I want to reiterate, this is a permanent tool. You pay me once, I send this to you, and it's yours. However, if you don't listen to what I just said and you mess around with the backup and the actual formulas and your numbers are jacked up and you completely screw up the formulas and formatting, I'll send you a fresh copy. I suggest you just download, you keep a fresh copy and keep it saved somewhere. If you screw it up and you don't know how to fix it, I will send you a fresh copy for $10 because I have to go on to Dropbox and freaking send it to you again. So you're going to compensate me for that time. Okay. So if you mess it up completely, $10. Simple as that. Are there any questions? Are there any questions about the tool? This very simple tool. You can go to all the way up to 20 years. 20 years. Okay, that's the longest projection you can do. You can do between 1 and 20. You can see the numbers on the bottom left changing. Okay, that's it. What do you guys think? Are you impressed? Is this the most amazing thing you've ever seen? How could you live without this? I'm an American entrepreneur. I'm here to help you further your career, further your life. I should be getting lots of respect for this. I am a good entrepreneur and a hustler. And if you critique this, you're just a hater, and I will potentially block you. That is all. I probably won't block you, but people have been blocked before. All right, let's do some comments here. All right. Oh, we got a new member, baby. Oh, we got to shout out the members before we close the stream off, okay? We got to shout out the members. I got a member for you. I got a big member. Sorry, I can't joke like that anymore. I apologize. All right, let's see. Let's pull up the members. We'll shout out the members before we close out here. Okay. Where's the list of my members? My big members. People like to get recognized in public, makes them feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and that will induce them to give me more money. Woo! How are we looking here? How many members do we have? 28. We got 28 members of the channel. Woo! Money, money, money. We got a member here, Vertical Lines. Matrix Box calls me a fatty. You can buy the tool at this link, and it'll be in the pinned comment below. I am your favorite grifter. Charge a subscription fee for your calculator, $9.99 a month. No, I don't want to deal with subscriptions. One time, $30. If you mess it up, $10 more. Whoa, bro, you sure you don't want to charge $300 a month? That's a little egregious. Let's see. The grift is strong. No, I'm an entrepreneur, and you're a hater. Boring. Strongman, you should start getting wealthy out of grifting. Larry Jones, Stockmo, Chris Staines, and put them to shame. Oh, trust me. I could give them a run for their money. Let's see. I mean, I could, but it's actually a way to make more money because you people will sell it. You people will mess it up, and I'll have to send you a new one. I'm going to touch and mess with the cells. You should. He wants to sell you his tool so he can afford to buy a you-know-what membership. That is true. To his credit, this is a good comment here in VA Rico. The chat has been asking for this since he first started trolling everything money and later LaFufu. Surprised it took him this long to cash in on giving the bozos what they wanted. And I still get hate. Okay, I actually make a tool that is very useful for its intended purpose, and I get hate. That's how it works. Most of the retail clowns buying single stocks buy what goes up. They don't care to analyze the stock. That is true. That is true. I need to buy. I can make a tool for that. It's going to be a price to sales multiplier. You put in the revenue growth. You put in the revenue for the last 12 months, projected revenue growth for 5 years, future projected price to sales multiple, and that spits out your answer. Maybe I'll sell that for $10. That'll be a good growth investor tool now, won't it? $30. See, Subs is paying other creators subscriptions. Subs is paying a monthly fee to other creators. I make a tool that is customizable, and it's a one-time fee, and he gets mad about it. That's how it works. Yeah, I mean, when the grift gets bigger, I'm definitely going to, have to modify it. But right now, it's just, I can't invest like a lot of time into paying an IT person. My business is not that profitable. Well, it's profitable, but it's not that heavy in revenue. Sell them a subscription and a course. One day, we will get to a course soon. Don't you worry, guys. Okay. Are we allowed to preserve a copy? Yeah. No, okay, look, I recommend when you get the copy, make another copy of it in case you screw up the one you're using. That's what I recommend you do. But if you don't listen to me and I have to send you a new one, I will charge you. Because I actually have to freaking go on Dropbox and send it to you. And that takes time out of my day. But no, I recommend you save a copy, keep it there, and then use another copy. And you can just mess around with that one. And if you screw up the one you're using, guess what? You can just copy the old one. I'm buying this and reselling it for $10. I mean, you can try, but you have to have a audience. What about updates when the formula for the DCF changes? Will you provide the new? Well, why would the formula change? The formula is not going to change. You just put in new inputs, but the formula, the DCF it's just a discounted cash flow analysis. That's all it is. The formula doesn't change. It never changes. The inputs change. So if you want to change the revenue, for example, if the revenue goes up, let's say the revenue is 180. Make sure I get the number right here. I think I'm missing 2 zeros here. Let's say the revenue goes up and you have to update it. You just type in the new number. That's all you have to do. Or if the shares change, you just type in the new shares. That's literally all you have to do. I mean, you don't need a new formula. So do not mess with the formulas. $10 a steel ball trim, at least that, and yours way better. Yeah, other people are charging $10. Are we allowed to reproduce? And no, you are not. I mean, can I stop you? No. But, I mean, you got to have an audience to do it. Let's see. I should add I'll add a clause. So if you reproduce it, I'll sue you for $1 trillion. Dex Invictus. We got a member. We got another member. We got another member. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Still strong underperforming. I can literally do. Oh, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. How do I build a similar tool for crypto? I should do that as a gag. That would be funny. That would be funny. People would buy it too. Oh. I think Jeremy said he may update the DCF formula to adjust to these times. He provides the updates. It's a DCF. What are you going to update? I don't understand why he would update it unless there's mistakes. I'd rather buy EM software for $1,000. Hey, I'm not talking about EM. Lots of people have DCFs. There are a lot of them do. I think Jeremy does. EM does. I don't know if Joseph Carlson does. He might. I haven't really looked into ball trim that much. Excuse me, a qual trim. And I think Tom Nash does. There's a bunch of people that have the DCF. It's a tool. Yo, we in here. I bought your membership. You better start pumping those videos up. I mean, there's going to be membership videos, but I mean, it's going to have to be a balance. But you're getting like 10, 15 videos a month for being a member. That's a pretty good deal for $4.99. All right, let's go ahead and call out the members. Give them a nice little shout out because they're paying me big bucks. Once again, the link's there if you want to buy it. Very simple instructions. And then it'll be a pinned comment at the conclusion of this live stream. It'll be in there as well. All right, let's shout out the members and call this a night. So let me refresh this. See if we got any new members before I started this video. Membership. Look at all that money I'm making. You jealous, brokies? I don't think that's updated completely yet. We got 28 members. So let's see. We got Mr. H93. We got Crazy Blue 96, Bilingual Stock Market Channel. This keeps bouncing, and I'm going to scream. Top Lists, Hams, Arg. Are you a pirate? Are you a butt pirate? Phil T. We got Philly Boy here. He looks very professional in his, looks like, I don't know, is that a doctor's suit? We got Dex Invictus, my boy. I apologize for this bouncing. This is really pissing me off. Damian DuPont, I saw you in the comments. Stas Talk Stocks, I've seen you. Steelheads, Andrew Palo, Saksham Mehta, Thomas Barker, Tommy R, the Milkman, the real father of my children. Just kidding. Martin, looks like a monkey. Beast Zap, T-Charm, Gil, my favorite. Gil's going to be, I mean, I'm sorry, other members, Gil is my all-time favorite. Okay, he just is. He's my biggest fan. Sometimes he hates me, sometimes he loves me. Soy Boy Personal Finance, great name. Weren't you making videos, bro? What happened to that? Why So Blue Tube, Mr. Lube. I'm just going to call you Lube from now on. That's just what it looks like to me. God, this is, I don't know. Can somebody in IT tell me why this keeps bouncing around? Lincoln View, longtime viewer. Rotsiv78, lazy dude. I don't, YouTube won't like if I say the full name. Manuel, Ben Maxwell, and Wesley Mitchell. That was very stressful clicking all that, okay? So the membership is $4.99 a month, and you get exclusive videos. Let's go see the exclusive videos I've made so far. Where are they? Content. Let's see. So this is one exclusive here. Feminine drama queen echoes from above, seethes at my success and influence. Echoes, you should definitely sign up, by the way. I got another one here. Setting Meet Kevin straight on his house hack rebuttal video. And the last one is the truth about my Meet Kevin lawsuit. So far I've made 3 members only videos. There will be more, probably 10 to 15 a month. If you don't see one every day, don't freaking panic. Okay. You're paying $4.99. You're not getting 1,000 videos a freaking day. Okay. But you will get special videos. And when you're on a live stream, guess what? I prioritize your comments. I know. $4.99 a month. Okay. Let's see. Are there any last minute comments? Buy a new computer. No, I don't know what's going on with that. Can I get a refund if I don't like it? No, there's no refunds. I'm adding that. I showed you exactly what it does. If I don't get one video every 2 days, I won't renew it. Well, I guess we might have to lose you then. All right, well, that's it. Like, subscribe, check out the tool. Send me $30. Read the legal disclaimer. Buy VT. And have a wonderful, delicious night. Cheers!